Beelink GTR5 Mini PC Workstation Review. Beelink's workstation PC provides great value for money and excellent performance. It features two 2.5GB LAN ports and a fingerprint scanner, which are rare in an entry-level workhorse. It should not be mistaken as a nuke. The Beelink GTR5 is a product that shows how quickly the PC market has advanced. It is outfitted with a top-tier Ryzen 9 processor, compatible with up to 64GB RAM and 1TB of SSD storage. Setting high standards for many PCs catered towards the workstation sector in terms of performance. The 5900X that runs the GTR5 helps it to achieve impressive multi-threaded test scores due to its 16-thread capability. Beelink's attention to detail in addition to providing unique selling points is a positive factor for the GTR5. Such as dual microphones, fingerprint readers, and dual 2.5GB LAN ports. These features help put the GTR5 at the top of our leaderboard. The Beelink GTI5 1135G7 and GTR3 3750H use a similar chassis. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. The chassis is 165 by 120 by 39 mm and weighs approximately 680 grams, similar to a thick paperback novel. It is made from magnesium aluminum alloy with perforated acrylic plastic on the top for air circulation and a layer of rubbery material at the base. There is an AMD Let's Start slogan illuminated on the top, below the Beelink logo, alongside a fingerprint scanner. The bottom plate of the Beelink GTR5 was used as an area to hold instructions and directions. While there were air inlets on the top and sides, as well as fan exhausts at the rear of the device visible from the outside perspective. The Beelink has two microphone holes, a reset clear CMOS button, a power button, a 3.5mm audio jack. A Type-C connector and a Type-A connector are on the front of the device. Unfortunately, there is no card reader. The rear of the device has two 2.5GB LAN ports, a barrel-type DC input, a full-size DP port, an HDMI connector, and four Type-A USB ports. There are no Thunderbolt ports since it is not widely implemented on AMD systems, despite offering numerous advantages. The AMD Ryzen 9 5900HX processor is featured in the GTR5. It boasts 8 cores, 16 threads, and a 20MB cache. This processor also has a base frequency of 3.3 GHz and an AMD Radeon Vega 8 graphics with 8 cores and a 2.1 GHz clock speed. The low TDP makes it suitable for both desktop replacement laptops and SFF devices. The CPU is accompanied by two crucial 16GB DDR4 3200 memory modules, a 500GB Kingston SNVS 500G NVIDIA SSD, and an AMD MediaTek RZ608 Wi-Fi 6E wireless card with Bluetooth 5.2 compatibility. Additionally, there is a 2.5-inch bay for an extra HDD or SDD and also an M.2 SATA slot for additional SSD storage. The package includes a 90 watts power supply unit, two HDMI cables, a VESA mount bracket, and a user manual. The benchmarking of the industry standard showed that this system was a star performer. It scored high on CPU tests such as Cinebench and Geekbench, though not higher than the Ryzen 9 4900 and the Minis 4M HM90. Overall, it performed very well with its weakest spot being the speed of writing to its SSD, which was slower than the rest of the hardware. The GTR5 is powered by Windows 11 Pro, which is surprising but logical for its target professional audience. There is no bloatware, which is a positive and something other brands should consider. Be aware though that this machine can be quite loud when it's running intensive tasks. This device is capable of a wide range of tasks due to its 64GB RAM, 1TB SSD storage, and powerful processor. Please note that the fans in this product have constant whirring, as well as variations in fan speeds which may be disruptive for some users.